lattes in that job.
Well, day 2. Getting ready to pull out. Got the Cougar mostly loaded, just gotta throw some clothes in it. And I put this up last night just so, in case it was raining, I'd have a dry place to load up. It rained so freaking hard last night that even the roof of the car is wet because the rain was blowing sideways. We had one heck of a storm come through here last night, so hopefully everything fared good with the old Cougar. I'm going to get everything loaded up, and I guess we're about to head toward Atlanta. Back toward Atlanta. We was there yesterday. Pooh, what a day. So I am having a weird intermittent electrical issue with the car. It's weird. I don't quite understand what's going on, but if you're a Cougar guy, you're probably going to have an idea where I'm going with it. The tail lights on this car, everything's working. Even when I'm having an issue, everything's working except the brake lights. And the brake lights will still have 12 volts right up to them, but don't come on. Then the next instance, they do come on. Not real sure what's going on. Nothing changes back here. But these Cougars have a weird little box in there that the power goes into and everything comes out of and all. And I'm banking on there's probably something wrong with that box in there. Not sure, but that's where my thought pattern is. But again, it's weird and intermittent. Last night I was backing in, hit the brakes, and there was nothing. I could tell there was nothing back here. I got checking with a meter everywhere. There was 12 volts right up to here. Didn't make any sense. Hit the brakes again. There was nothing back here. I checked everything again just to make sure everything was good. Everything was good. Had my wife met them, and now they've worked ever since. It's weird. They just work when they want to. I have brake lights sometimes. We may have it straightened out. There may have been a loose connection or something, and I bumped it, and it may not be a problem anymore. I don't know. But it's something I hope we can get to be reliable for Power Tour, because there's going to be a lot of cars and they're going to be close together, and brake lights is kind of important-ish. So we're going to start out this morning in the Cougar, and hopefully our intermittent electrical problems have went away. Who knows if it becomes an issue again. We're close by the house, and we actually come back home tonight and spend the night at home tonight, because the first stop and the second stop, our house is actually right in between the two, like almost perfectly in the middle. So we're going to come home tonight and stay tonight, and if we have issues throughout the day with it, we'll do something different for tomorrow. Hell, maybe we'll just take something different every day. No, I'm not coming back here every day to do that. Well, that sounds like a great plan, doesn't it? Take something different every day. No, I'm not doing that. Stop trying to talk me into it. I'm not doing it. First gas stop. So far we've made it about 40, 50 miles. Not quite, well, we're not quite halfway. 40-ish miles, I guess. So far so good.
had a intermittent spark issue back there. Got that resolved, and now it looks like we're going to drive into some rain. And my concern there is somebody thought it would be cool to put a big scoop on the hood and have the motor sticking through the top, so hopefully we don't suck too much water driving down the road. And this little patch of rain's over with pretty quick. Seems like we got the power back we were losing. It feels frisky in the cool air. Cool air makes the Cougar frisky. Same way one too many drinks make Cougars frisky. Isn't fixed. I'm assuming since the coil will burn the meat off your hand when you touch it, that this coil has left the chap. Yeah. Great sign when this is your first stop on your trip. Hopefully this is all that's wrong with it. That coil right there will remove the skin from your hands if you touch it. So I'm hoping the coil just went bad on it and that's causing our issues. It's so random and intermittent. I don't know. They didn't have another performance coil like a MSD or a Excel. So we're gonna get a factory style coil and hopefully it works, it plays well with the MSD. We'll know in a minute, I guess. Yeah, that thing's still hot. As long as it's been sitting here in the parking lot, it's still freaking hot to touch. It's gonna be a different size. Zip tie and tie that up out of the way. You think when a common ass shit like this, there would be a problem with parts?
You think?
all. What are you doing? After all that work, we're finally going to stop and have some lunch.
Yeah.
Is it lunchtime? No, it's 11 o'clock. It's close enough to lunchtime.
enough.
Why are you having such a hard time with a seatbelt? You just lift up on it.
Leave me alone.
This time I'm doing the hot rod part store tour. First, there was some kind of electrical issue with the tail lights. I think we got a handle on that. Then, out of nowhere, the coil just burns up on it. So, we stopped and bought a new coil. Now, keep in mind, that was a new coil that was on it. It was an Excel coil. Drive a little while, and fuel pump, brand new Holley fuel pump, just starts making crazy noise. So stop, replace the fuel pump, and now I'm pulled in here because for some reason carburetor's run out of fuel. Now it's got fuel going up to it, but the sight glasses, everything was fine. Now all of a sudden you can look at the sight glasses and they barely any fuel in the carburetor, but it's got great fuel pressure going up to the carburetor. So the floats just self-adjusted and closed themselves down a little bit. Now after adjusting it, the little gasket under the float adjustment is leaking now. Freaking. Well, it looks like our part store tour is not over yet, because now I've got to see if I can find the little gasket that goes under the float adjustment, because that's leaking. Good Lord, this is a 2-hour drive from our house to this venue. It is almost 3 o'clock. We've been on the road since 8:30 this morning, and we're still 20 miles from the venue. It's really telling on itself right now. We're having us one of them there roadkill adventures. We're working on it though. We're trying to get to that venue. We're trying to get to that venue. So it only took us, what are we on now, 7 hours?
About that, yeah.
About 7 hours to make a 2-hour road trip?
4 trips to O'Reilly's. 3.
Countless parking lots, many sides of the roads, but we finally made it. We managed to find a 68 car next to though.
We were so late, a majority of the cars had already left, but there were still a lot of cars there. And we still enjoyed looking at the ones that were left.
Got a carburetor on the pole.
That drives a thriving culture. And for over 70 years, Motor Trend has shared that culture with the world.
Power Tour 2023 driven by Continental. We're about to do some trivia and look over.
find it like this. There's an airplane right there with a car chassis on it, and they're driving it around.
I want to see your truck there too, because that's a sharp truck. It's a good looking truck.
Once again on the side of the road working on the Cougar, where we determined our spark issue was actually the distributor and not the coil. So another quick trip to Summit from the side of the road from a nice gentleman in a nice old Ford truck. Swapped out the distributor, and then, well, we were ready to go again.
See it. I'm trying to get turned so you can see it. Screw it. 18 hours after we left for our 2-hour one-way, 4-hour road trip. 18 hours later, back here in the driveway. It's 3 a.m. and I'm going to bed. Sun rising. Go to bed, yeah. I gotta go take a shower. I literally went in the house and just right out. So, when the sunrise this morning, I'm about to jump in and start day 3 for us of our adventure. Day 2, it was more of a parts store tour than a power tour. That's okay, you'll have those days. Keep a good attitude when you drive something. Is that car 50 years old, whatever it is? I'm too early in the morning to do the math, but when you drive something that old, you're going to have failures. You're going to have things let you down. We learned a lot yesterday. One thing we learned is just because it's a new part, don't mean it's a good part. Everything we changed yesterday was new parts, although I don't think the coil was ever actually bad. I think it was a distributor issue the entire time. But who knows at this point in time. I've got a lot of side of the road wiring to clean up now. Another thing I learned, apparently in Georgia, at least, police officers can't give you a ride. Sitting on the side of the road, my wife asked one of the police officers to run her to the store to pick up a part. No, they can't do that. It's all good. A nice gentleman in a nice old Ford truck with vintage air, which was nice. Managed to pick us up and give us a ride. You learn the power of perseverance. That's a good word. We got to the venue so late yesterday, we didn't get a lot of good content. That's going to change today. Hopefully, we're going to be there early, probably before a lot of the people are. So, we didn't get a lot of good content there, but there was a point in the trip at which we should have turned around, honestly. And my wife said something about possibly coming back home, because we'd already been through several part stores and we wasn't even halfway. But I told her I couldn't turn around and not make it to the venue, because if I did, that meant we failed, and we were not going to fail on the first leg. I don't care if we take a different vehicle, a different day, every day, but that Cougar had to make it there. And once we made it there, it was one of those things where we've made it there, now we need to make it back. And we did. We made it there and back. Now, we only live 2 hours, 2 and
2 hours and 15 minutes, something like that, from Atlanta Motor Speedway, just barely in South Carolina. We left at 8:30-ish in that area yesterday morning. We made it to the venue at like 4 o'clock. Yeah, walked around a little bit, left the venue. That's when we discovered it was probably the distributor causing issues, because as soon as we left the venue, our problem started again. We left the venue at 5-ish. We got home at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it was an adventure. There was a lot more stuff. It was probably on video than what I put in the video, because honestly, some of that stuff, y'all don't need to hear it, and some of it I'm probably ashamed I said it. So I'm gonna jump in, take a shower, and we're going to transfer some of the tools and stuff over to a second vehicle, and we're going to do the Columbia leg in a different vehicle, for no other reason than today I am just so freaking tired that I need something that I can kind of just autopilot and not have to think about. At least I hope. I didn't think I was going to think about it much on the Cougar. I will say this, ironically, the one thing that I was concerned about with the Cougar, which was my garage floor alignment job, is really the only thing that didn't give us any issues. The car rode and drove great. So if you get anything out of today's video, it's this: don't give up, don't stop, keep pushing. You will get there. The Lord loves you, and so do we. If you hadn't hit that subscribe button, please do. I promise you, the adventures are getting better, and y'all stay tuned. When we hit that 1,000, which we're close, we're gonna give away an MSD distributor. Hey, I've got a knockoff MSD distributor if you want it instead. I didn't say that. Hey, God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Smash that like button, comment, whatever you need to do. Whew, sun's coming. And we're headed off to day 3 for us, and it's going to be a better day today. So we will see you guys on the road. If you see us, stop and say hello. God bless you. I love every one of you. We'll see you somewhere out there.
I'd say it's a nut job.